All right, we're here today with head volleyball coach Delice Downing. Delice, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm doing fantastic.
It's a good Monday.
Yeah,
it's a good morning.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's a great day to be a Raven.
I'm telling you, this this weekend kind of flew by and everything like that. This rain that we're getting is kind of relaxing. So,
yes, absolutely.
Can't complain about that at all.
Right.
I kind of want to talk to you. First and foremost, your season is going fantastic right now. You're 14-1, number 6 right now, according to last week's rankings in the NJCAA. Kind of want to talk to you about your season, how from a coach's point of view.
Season's going really good. We're coming together faster than I thought we would, and the chemistry is great on and off the court. So I really like this group of girls.
That's awesome. You can kind of tell the camaraderie that the girls have. I feel like the school comes out to the games and everything like that, and it's all centered on the girls. And the girls are just, they work together as a unit. And so, you don't get that without camaraderie.
Absolutely. You cannot go anywhere else in our conference and get the crowd that we get when people come to our town. They are shaking in their boots because our crowd brings it, and we love it.
Well, you get pretty intense on the sidelines too. that kind of breeds some of the energy.
Well, I feel that, I'm part of my girls. And so if I'm excited, then they're going to be excited. If I'm dull, then they're going to play dull. So we got to, we work together. All part of it. And I love the game. And so when we're playing well, I show them that. And if we're not playing well, I let them know about that too.
It's kind of our role as coaches, I would say.
I would think so, yeah.
Kind of, early in the season, only 15 in. What's been your favorite moment so far?
Well, we had our biggest tournament we've played in was our very kickoff tournament in Wichita. They just started this new tournament where top 15 nationally ranked teams are playing at. And so we played four nationally ranked teams, and we won 3 of the 4. The 4th one we didn't win. It was our very first match of the year, and we lost in the 5th set 13-15. But we saw so much growth in our girls from the first set up until our last match against I think it was Johnson. And so that's what I really enjoyed most, is seeing how well they came together, how they're growing, and how we're just becoming a team.
Well, to kind of look at it one way, they say Tom Brady has lost the first game of the season every year that he's won the Super Bowl. So,
hey,
kind of premonition going on.
I like
with it,
that
right?
idea.
Trying to be prophetic.
Only can go up, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. But you guys have been pretty dominant with everything. Fort Scott, they were ranked number 8 at the time, came in, and we swept them pretty. Not to over talk it, but we set them pretty handedly. And then Neosha came in, and they kind of gave a fight.
Right.
And
absolutely.
but we still 3-1, and that one game that we lost was very questionable. If you look at the video.
Yeah, a couple calls go the other way. Things change. My girls and we train every day. I train them to know that there's a target on your back. Winning the conference last year, teams are going to come in wanting to come out and get you every night. So you can't, no matter if it's the lowest team or it's the top team in the conference, we've got to come ready, prepared every night. And so we go into our practices like that. We prepare as we're playing a match. If you come into our practices, it's loud, it's fast, it's we don't let the ball fall. If the ball falls, we consequence for it. And I no longer have to make them do it; they do it themselves. So if you ever see one of our girls miss a serve in a game, they'll stop and do 2 push-ups, or they'll stop and do 5 tuck jumps. And that's not me telling them to do it, but that's just like in their head, because they are mentally preparing themselves for districts, for getting back to that national tournament.
Right. How kind of talking about last year, if we can get back there, how was the national tournament, and how has it prepared your returners?
Unbelievable. Definitely got a taste of what it is to be at the national tournament, and we're hungry to get back there. Daniela Santos, Liz Damari Ortiz, Talasia Morris were 3 of our starters that started for us last year that are also, playing a lot for us this year. And they are, pushing every day themselves, but also everyone else to know that this is where we want to be.
Right.
Our season's not over at the beginning of November. We're going all the way to the end of November, and we've got to do these certain things to get there. So I think tasting it was great. And now we're going back, and we're not only winning one match, we're going to win, we're going to be in that final tournament or final match.
That's going to be sweet. And, definitely fun to follow for sure.
Yeah, last year was my first year here, and it was also my first year really following a volleyball team. I think in America, everybody kind of identifies with the main three sports: football, basketball, and baseball.
Right.
And I've told you this multiple times, Coach. I had a blast just filming all of your guys' home matches because the crowd was awesome.
Right.
And I think if people go to the matches, what they find is, and you mentioned the team, the players who are on the sideline are as involved as you can be for the players on the court. And
Absolutely.
And it's a blast. And in that gym, it's a small gym, so everybody's right on top of the action. And I think that goes into it. Again, we talked about your guys' record. You're on a 14-game winning streak, which is the longest in the conference by 2, I think, and then by far the longest in the top for the top teams. And I just get it. I just had a big kick out of it last year. And it's always, junior college is such a high turnover.
Right.
But this year has been as good, if not better, as it was last year. And last year's team was excellent.
Well, thank you. We love our home court. We love our crowd, our football and baseball and soccer and all the athletics, basketball. They all come and they support us, and we love it because they stand from set 1, point 1 to the end of the match. And you cannot get that anywhere else. And like you said, it's not just the 6 on the court. It's all 17 of them, because if we get a point, they're doing some type of cheer on the sideline. If we mess up, if we serve the ball out, they do 5 jumping jacks. They're in the game just as much as the ones that are on the court. And I tell them after every night, win or lose, this was a team. The team did this. We prepared in practice for this. You may not have touched the floor during the game, but you were the ones that were competing. So I think my second string sometimes can beat some other team's first string because they work so hard in practice. And it's fun. If you think volleyball is just a picnic sport, come watch us. It's pretty exciting.
It gets loud in there.
It gets crazy.
That's the first thing I noticed was just how quickly that gym gets excited for a team that is fun to watch because they play so well together. And
Thank you.
And again, I think they really identify with again, I'm just I'm trying to be nice to our guests here, but it was one of those things of I just had a blast. It was
Thank you.
It was college athletics, I think.
Absolutely.
That's exactly it.
And you talked about volleyball not being just a picnic sport. I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to jump up there with some of those girls. I see some of the. First off, they're jumping over the net. Yeah. Pretty high. I'm not going to get off the net, off the floor high. And then how hard they're hitting it? No, thank you. I'm not trying to wear it off the face.
Oh, man.
It'd be like that the video where the guy just continues gets hit with the volleyball.
They'd be happy to hear that because I'm always telling them they're not jumping high enough. So.
Well, take it from someone who's grounded. They're getting pretty high, I tell you. And kind of speaking about players, we've had 2 weeks where we've been having our players honored. Week 1, the player of the weeks was Daniela Santos and Dakira Dennis. And then the week 3, we had Adriana's Rivera. I'm sure I butchered that name. But, kind of over this last week, she averaged 4.2 kills per set.
Yes. 17
kills, 20 digs, and 5 aces versus number 8, Fort Scott. And then our tournament that we had, she was the MVP for it.
Right. Yeah. She's a freshman, and Nani is what we call IDNS. She doesn't have her English is still coming, so it's really it's difficult communicating with her. We're blessed to have other Spanish speaking players on our team. Makes a big difference, but she is hitting the ball through the floor right now, and if you get her going, she's going to score for us. She's still trying to get the smarts about the game. It's not all about always hitting the ball hard, but making smart selections. And once she figures that all out, she'll be a force to reckon with. Danny was an All-American last year. I think Nani has a good opportunity to be another chance to be an All-American this year.
Oh, wow.
If we can get her more consistent, less errors, and keep the kills going. So, fun. Our Dakira Dennis is our setter. She was player of the week first week. She's doing a great job for us. Carolina Machado was our setter last year, and if you didn't know her, she's the complete opposite of Dakira. Probably 5'6", super athletic, can jump out the gym, but just put the ball in spots, and she was offensive minded as well. Where Dakira is 5'8", more smart with her hands, and can put the ball in the spots, but also is learning to be a leader, learning to take over the game when you need to. She's been a great asset. She came in June, which was great for us because we needed to train early, and now she's just running the team. She's doing a great job, and Of course, Danny is still being Danny. She does what she needs to do to get the game on our side. So she'll pass for us. She'll give us an ace. She'll get a kill for us. She'll do it all. So
she's a captain too, right? Santos?
Santos isn't a captain.
Okay.
But she's, in my mind, she's the captain.
I mean, some of the matches that we've been to, I mean, she seems like she controls the floor very well.
Absolutely.
Like you were saying.
Absolutely. She does it all.
That's awesome.
Small package, but explosive when we need her to be.
Right. Kind of looking forward to the next couple of matches. I mean, you have NEO.
Yep.
Traveling out there to them.
Yes.
And then after that, on Wednesday, you have Johnson County. Kind of, what can you tell us going forward with them?
Johnson County be a good match. We go to them, which isn't a fun drive. They're always top in the conference. I don't know. We've got to bring our A game. Mm-hmm. Just never know when you go there. It can go either way. They're a smart team, but I think we have the power to take them, as well as the ball control. Just got to go there playing our volleyball, not theirs.
Right. And then talking about, jumping back there with Dekaira and Adiana Zanani, both are freshmen, right?
Right.
So, I mean, you're kind of building, a little bit of a dynasty, like how Zach was saying, the turnover at JUCO,
we hope.
which happens. But, I mean, that's two pretty big building blocks to build on.
Absolutely. We've got a really good freshman class to go with our sophomore class. And, I mean, if you look out there sometimes, you'll see 4 freshmen out there at once. So, which is really good for, the future. We have already got a good recruiting class coming. So, come in for visits. And so we hope we can get those ones signed and we can keep it going.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't want to sign, first off, Coffeyville, the college. And then, second of all, what you're doing with the squad.
Well, thank you. Lots of prayers.
Absolutely.
Lots of prayers.
Do you have anything?
I would like to know, what is it now that we're into the middle of September? How does your coaching style and how do the players kind of is there a transition of early season, mid season, late season, or how does that work in junior college volleyball?
Absolutely. So what we look at is the beginning of the season, we go hard. So our preseason is, lots of time in the gym. Towards middle season, where we're at now, like towards October, we're in there. We prepare. We watch a lot of video, prepare for matches. So we may be in there for an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, depending if you have an individual. And then, we keep our mind on our books a lot as well, to prepare for games. We watch a lot of video, prepare for matches. We're not in the gym too long. I think it's good to keep them healthy. So that's key. But if we need to be in there longer, we are. But video is, really important. We find matches against other teams. We find our matches and we watch those, fix those little things and in and out the gym.
Seems a lot like it's just so much work that goes into it that people don't see even when they get to go experience those games. But it's just it's something that, again, the record speaks for itself. It speaks for the work. And,
Thank you. Volleyball is a very team-oriented sport. So if one person's messing up, then the whole team's off. And you don't have a lot of control over the ball. Football, basketball, you can throw the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball, catch the ball. Volleyball, once the serve goes up, everything's off of your, ball control skills, your platform, your setting, your hitting. So you really you can't catch the ball. You can't hold the ball anymore. So that's why we really focus a lot on the fundamentals of the game. And then we focus on the team part, working together. I always tell my girls in the fall, we focus on the team. And in the spring, we focus on the individual to bring the team together first. And then we take the individual skills and we develop them.
Okay.
So, it's very team-oriented. You got to be able to play together. It's like a long string. If, like these cups, if this person moves this way, this person's got to move with it. It can never be one person doing it by themselves.
Right. Kind of jumping back a little bit, talking about the skill set and everything. During timeouts, how does volleyball timeouts differ from, let's say, a basketball or football timeout where coaches are going to chew on their guys, girls or guys? What's the difference between volleyball and what do you tell your girls generally?
It's not necessarily a big difference. We point out what the flaws. They get a good ripping sometimes if I'm calling it. We point out what's wrong and what's good, and then we try to fix those little things. You have a minute and 15 seconds. So us coaches take the first 15 seconds to talk about what we need to talk about. The girls get their water. And then the last 60 minutes is ours to let them know what we need to fix, show them what's open, what holes are on the other side of the floor, why are we shanking balls, what's going on with our serve, just different things like that.
Okay.
So it's really, it's quick, it's fast, but you don't have a lot of time to sit down, rest. You got to get off, get on. It's like a boxing timeout, I think.
Right.
It's like in between that 1 minute. So it's really fast. You got to say what you got to say, get them back on the court. Once again, it's really loud. So you got to make sure that they hear you. And I really like the girls circled around me a lot because I don't want everyone else to hear what's going on inside that timeout. So
Right.
I think it's like pretty much the same as a basketball timeout, or I don't know about a football timeout, but I played basketball, so
you can relate it with that,
right? And most of the time, most sports they all relate together when it comes to coaching it. So I think I watch Coach Herkelman. Coach Brookover was my coach when I was here. He ripped us, put us back on the path, and put us back out there.
So your timeouts are a lot like your practices, to the point,
yes,
short and sweet.
Absolutely.
Get it and get going.
And go.
Awesome.
Get it up here mentally and run with it.
What's the difference between because you're in your 13th year here, correct?
Yes.
So what's the difference between year 1 and year 13 as a coach?
Oh my gosh. Year 1, so I was 24 and I was hard. People think I'm hard now, but all I did was eat, sleep, and dream the game. 13th year, I now have 2 kids. I'm more nurturing. I see it more as a parent figure to some of the girls. At 24, I was more like their big sister, and I said I didn't see no other way. It was my way or the highway. I had to build a program, so that was my focus, was to build. And ever since then, we've taken baby steps to get better and better and better each year. So now it's more, I'd say my first year, I didn't get the more fundamental girls. Now I get the more skilled girls, girls that played club. So I don't have to focus a lot on their skill as much. I can focus more on putting them in the right places, showing them what's open, show them the little keys of volleyball that you need to know to win the game. So I'm more nurturing now, but also still hard. But it's always still fun.
Right.
It's got to be fun. That's the most important part of the game, having fun.
Absolutely.
I guess I don't know if that's a good answer or not.
No, that's perfect. It's what a lot of people aspire to do is, be at one place for 13 years and then still be on the way up.
And
there's no you're not content.
Right. Absolutely not.
You can tell that you're trying to
do something here.
Absolutely. So from an outsider and from a fellow coach, that's awesome to see. It's something that
thank you.
That we do aspire for.
Thank you. And I have a really good assistant coach these past couple of years. Jessica Anderson has been tremendous help for me. She played for me, left, came back. She has a story that she can tell our girls when they come in, but she also is a workhorse and will do anything for me. So she's been a huge help.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Supporting casts are important.
Very important. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have anything?
This sounds like an A-list. I mean, I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
Thank you.
And I think your next home game is the 27th.
Yes, next Wednesday, the 27th.
Right.
Versus Cali. It will be a great match. We need everyone in the stands. It will be probably 2 top 10 teams playing each other.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a lot of talent in this conference, and it's so awesome to see a team as successful as yours play against that talent on a regular basis.
From top to bottom.
And continue to win.
Yes.
So please come out and join us.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.